The UAE has asked the United States for a war package to protect its economy after facing the highest attacks from Iran. The UAE wants a currency swap line, which means access to dollars in exchange for its own currency, the dirham, to stabilize its economy. The UAE insists that since American military actions sparked this wider regional crisis, the US Federal Reserve must provide the guaranteed and cheap access to US dollars. If Washington refuses or delays this crucial financial war package, the UAE has made it explicitly clear that it will execute a backup plan to drop the petrodollar system entirely and use alternative currencies like the Chinese yuan to keep its national economy afloat. The sudden urgency of this dollar demand is driven by the astronomical costs the UAE is currently paying to defend its borders and airspace. The United States recently approved a $16.5 billion emergency weapons sale, with the UAE absorbing the largest share at $8.4 billion. This rapid spending includes a $4.5 billion THAAD radar system and an integrated $2.1 billion anti-drone network. The daily financial drain of intercepting thousands of incoming drones and ballistic missiles has forced the UAE to deplete nearly 75% of its costly Patriot missile stockpile in just 6 weeks. Because international weapons contracts and global defense purchases must be paid in the US dollars, the UAE is burning through its dollar reserves at an unprecedented rate. With major oil export facilities damaged, Strait of Hormuz effectively blocked, their primary method of earning fresh US dollars has collapsed, making the US financial package an absolute necessity. The threat from the UAE to completely abandon the US dollar is a strategic response to Washington using its currency as a leverage during a crisis. For decades, the UAE has strictly priced its crude oil exports in dollars, a system that helped keep the American currency dominant across global markets. However, the current war has exposed the deep vulnerability of relying exclusively on the American financial system. By denying or delaying the requested wartime package, the US Treasury is essentially trapping the UAE, leaving it without the liquid cash needed to buy emergency food supplies, medicine, and replacement weapons. The UAE views the hesitation as a severe breach of their long-standing security alliance. Consequently, the Emirati leaders are threatening to dump the dollar to protect their sovereign wealth and prove that they have other powerful financial options. Shifting the massive oil trade to the Chinese yuan is the most practical alternative for the UAE because the financial groundwork for this move is already fully operational. The UAE officially joined the BRICS economic bloc and established direct currency swap agreements with the Chinese central bank years before this current conflict began. Furthermore, the UAE is a key member of Project Ambridge, an advanced digital currency platform that allows instant cross-border trade using the digital yuan. This technology completely bypasses the Western SWIFT banking system and traditional US dollar networks. Since China remains one of the largest global buyers of Middle Eastern crude oil, settling these massive daily transactions in yuan makes immediate economic sense for Abu Dhabi. If the US refuses the war package, the UAE can instantly flip a switch to start pricing its millions of barrels of oil in Chinese currency. Now, this shift would instantly flood the UAE with usable foreign currency to stabilize its economy while dealing a permanent blow to the global power of the US dollar.